Welcome to a world of unsolved mysteries and amazing discoveries. Today, we're heading to the Philippines. Within the shelter of time lie incredible stories left behind by ancient civilizations and mysterious events. From the mummies that have kept their secrets through the ages to the legendary golden mummy, Buddhas and underground relics that turn our history upside down. We will uncover the mysteries lurking beyond the horizon and try to understand how close we are to understanding their true meaning. Are you ready to look into a past that will change your view of the present? In 2015, in the province of Benguet, archaeologists discovered unique mummies that date back several centuries, about 200 to 300 years. They were found in mountain caves. The mummies and the fugeos were created using special mummification techniques. Mummification was a true ritual. These mummies were used as part of spiritual practices and ancestor worship. The process involved treating the body with special herbs and inhaling them through smoke. Sometimes even parts of the deceased's body were burned. Some of the mummies have been remarkably well preserved, despite spending so many years in the cave. Mummies were often preserved in sacred places, like caves or homes, where they were remembered and honored. For the fugeos, the kinis departed to the other world. They continued to watch over the living, which is why they were used in rituals as spiritual guides. In 2016, off the coast of the Philippines in the province of Surigao del Sur, fishermen found a yacht with the mummy of a captain. It turned out to be 59-year-old German traveler Manfred Fritz Bajeret, who had been sailing on this vessel for 20 years. When the fishermen noticed the ship, they saw that its mast was broken and the vessel was half underwater, which meant that the yacht had been drifting like this for quite some time. Judging by the position in which the captain's mummy was frozen in the last hours of his life, he was trying to reach out to rescuers. Why did the man become a mummy? Experts explained that this was facilitated by the heat, dry wind, and salty sea air. Next to the sailor, there was also a letter addressed to his ex-wife, who had passed away from cancer. Up until the divorce, they traveled on that yacht together, and 2 years after their breakup, the woman passed away. Bajeret's favorite destination was the island of Martinique in the Caribbean Sea. They most often went there, together with his wife. And there she found eternal rest. In 2024, an ancient city was discovered off the coast of Pantabangan Bay in the central part of the Philippines on the island of Luzon. It had been underwater for several decades, but after the dam dried up, the water level dropped significantly. The ruins of the city of Pantabangan were destroyed, and in 1934 a new city was built in Pantabangan. Parts of the old town started to resurface in March 2024. Over the years, water levels have revealed the church spire and parts of the city. Rarely, the entire city emerges. The 300-year-old sunken city is now a tourist attraction. This time, people even saw tombstones. Now the return of the 300-year-old sunken city has become a small attraction for visitors, some of whom are rumored to have lived here before the reservoir was built. Hundreds of residents from local villages and farms were forcibly evicted by the government during the construction of the dam in the 1970s. In 2019, the remains of a new unknown species of humans, Homo luzonensis, were found in a cave on Luzon, located in the northern part of the island of Luzon in the Philippines. This is one of the most significant archaeological discoveries in the Philippines in recent decades. The excavations were carried out by an international team of scientists, including archaeologists from the Philippines, France, and other countries. These ancient people were called Homo luzonensis. According to research, the remains of Homo luzonensis date back to about 67,000 years ago. This makes it one of the latest representatives of the genus Homo that lived in this region. About 67,000 years ago. This makes it one of the latest representatives of the genus Homo that lived in this region. What's particularly interesting is that other species, like Homo sapiens, appeared in Asia much later. The remains found in the cave include teeth, finger phalanges, and parts of the thigh. These skulls and bones belong to small and quite fragile beings, which sets Homo luzonensis apart from other species in the Homo genus, like Homo sapiens or Neanderthals. These characteristics suggest that Homo luzonensis was small in size, including small teeth, which may indicate its unique adaptation to island living conditions. Homo luzonensis is related to ancient humans like Homo habilis and Homo erectus but has unique features. Its anatomy shows traits resembling early Homo genus members and species like Australopithecus. This suggests an isolated population in Southeast Asia developed independently from other Homo groups. This discovery suggests that there may have been an isolated population on the islands of Southeast Asia that developed independently from other groups of the Homo genus. The discovery of Homo luzonensis significantly expands our knowledge of early humans who lived in Southeast Asia. This discovery also supports the theory that Homo luzonensis exists in Asia, which is a key lineage. Homo luzonensis. What about different eras? On the islands of the Philippines and other islands in the region, there could have been different species of humans that adapted to the unique living conditions. It's important to note that this discovery helps us understand how human migration and evolution occurred in different parts of the world. The Golden Buddha and the Roxas finds are among the most mysterious and talk about archaeological discoveries in the Philippines. This is related to the alleged treasures left by the Japanese military at the end of World War II. In 1801, a former Filipino soldier, Iasque Regilio Roxas, discovered a hidden chamber in a cave north of Manila. It was filled with gold bars and a giant golden Buddha statue, which Roxas estimated weighed 1 metric ton and had a removable head, with a huge amount of diamonds inside. Presumably, this diamond was not only for Manila, but for all other people as well, who were in Manila. The Golden Buddha was hidden by the Japanese who occupied the Philippines during World War II. According to local rumors and stories, the Japanese military hid valuables and treasures in various units during World War II, Philippines. This was tied to the Japanese government's plans to preserve their resources in case of defeat, as well as their immense wealth that they captured in other countries. During the military operations, the treasures are believed to have been hidden in caves, underground tunnels, or abandoned buildings. Bubulus sabiensis, the fossilized dwarf buffalo. It was discovered in the Philippines. Fossils of this species were found in a horizontal tunnel in soft limestone at an elevation of about 164 feet. 50 meters in the Kahal area near Balamban, Cebu Island, Philippines. The most distinctive feature of the animal was its small size. The height of the buffalo was about 2.5 feet, or 75 centimeters, and it weighed up to 300 kilograms, 152 pounds, 160 kilograms, which is less than another dwarf species, Bubulus mindorensis. During tunnel excavations in 1928, Michael Armos discovered remains of bones, forearms, left foot bones, vertebrae, teeth, and hooves. These belong to an extinct dwarf buffalo found in a Cebu cave 50 years ago. Forearms, bones of the left foot, 2 vertebrae, 2 lower teeth, and parts of hooves. The bones of the extinct dwarf buffalo were found in a cave on the Philippine island of Cebu about 50 years ago. During the development of the phosphate mine in 1958, they were noticed by engineer Michael Armas. The find lay with him for about 40 years, and in 1995 he declared it a specialist. When it became clear that it had some value, Michael donated it to the Field Museum in Chicago. Scientists believe that these miniature buffaloes lived in a cave, the period from 100 to 10,000 years ago, and they apparently used to be widespread across the Philippines. Stone tools found in the Philippines predate the arrival of modern humans on the islands by about 600,000 years. Researchers are not sure of who created them or how ancient people came to the islands before the generally accepted time. The amazing exhibits revealed to the public were found on the riverbank on the island of Luzon, next to a carcass of a rhino. Cut marks left by stone blades intersect with the ribs of the rhino and its ankle. This is a clear sign that someone used tools that were in the wilderness. Carved marks left by stone blades crisscross the rhinoceros ribs and ankle. It's a clear sign that someone used tools that were in the wilderness to strip the carcass of meat. To strip the carcass of meat, in 2016, researchers also found stone tools on Sulawesi, an island north of Flores. As reported by National Geographic, at that time, the tools from Sulawesi date back at least 118,000 years, or 60,000 years before the first humans, corresponding to modern humans. The plant, Brinoria nicolifera, which accumulates heavy metals, was discovered in the Philippines in 2014. It has the ability to feed on metals like zinc, copper, and other heavy metals, accumulating them from the soil. Plants can clean contaminated soils by absorbing toxic substances, making them useful for ecological projects. This highlights the importance of phytoremediation, where plants clean up ecosystems by turning heavy metals into less harmful forms in their tissues. However, plants that absorb metals often accumulate them in high concentrations, turning heavy metals into less harmful forms that remain in the plant's tissues. However, it's important to note that plants capable of absorbing metals often accumulate them in high concentrations. What could be dangerous for people or animals if they consume such plants? Angan petroglyphs, or the petroglyphs of Amona, are ancient drawings found in the municipality of Amona, located on the island of Luzon. These petroglyphs are among the earliest known monuments of prehistoric art in the Philippines. The Angan petroglyphs were discovered in 1965 and date back to around 3000 BC. They are a set of images carved into stone, showing various symbols, figures of people, animals, and geometric elements. Shapes. Some researchers believe that these drawings may be connected to the cults or ritual practices of ancient Philippine tribes. The petroglyphs of Amona are considered an important archaeological heritage and cultural treasure of the Philippines, although the exact meaning and purpose of these drawings remain unknown. They provide important insight into the lives and beliefs of ancient peoples, the Philippines, as well as their artistic and technical development at that time. Thus, each of these mysteries and discoveries immerses us in the amazing stories hidden in the depths of time. They open up a world of unknown civilizations to us, challenge our understanding of the past, and inspire further research. What hidden treasures and new discoveries will influence our perception of human history? Stay with us as we step into the unknown together and unravel the mysteries that still hide in the depths of time. I have an interesting proposal. You have a unique opportunity. The opportunity to become part of our team. If you have video editing skills, you can voice over videos in Russian, English, and other languages. Or do you write interesting scripts? We would be happy to work with you. Just message our Telegram bot. The link is in the description. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.